Okay, so now we're going to finish adding items to our cart table. So the last thing that we did was we added the quantity. Now we're going to add the customer. So let's see, we are going to, oh, customer. Okay, so we now added ID, name, description, price, quantity, and customer. Now, did I call it customer? No, I called it cust. So now we have a new row. Now what we're going to do is we're going to actually add this row to the data table. So the cart table. So cart table dot add new row. Cart table dot rows dot add, and then we're going to add here. So now we basically have a cart with one item in it. There's a few other things I want to set just now. Basically, I want to set the total price. Now, because we've just added one item to the cart, the total price at this stage, which I haven't actually declared, so I should have done that up at the top outside when I declared the price in the data table. I should actually up at the top also declare a variable to hold the total price. And I should probably set this at this stage to 0.0, because we're going to just get that warning because I haven't used it yet, but we're going to use it now. Okay, so here we're going to set the total price, like I said, because there's the quantity of one and you've just one item in the price. The total price is going to be equal to the price. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the cart into the session. So session cart is going to be equal to cart table. And this is basically going to hold the current cart in the session, so we can retrieve it anytime we want. Also going to put the total price in. Now, what I'm going to do now is basically, what's wrong with that? Sorry, total price is equal to total price. I'm not concentrating. Now we're going to send the user to the shopping cart page. Now this depends on what you're going to call the page. You might call it shopping cart, you might call it cart. I'm just going to be lazy and call it cart.aspx. Remember, this is just going to be the page. Now, I might just test this out before we go on. I've only done half the coding just now. Just done the coding, which basically adds a new item to the cart if there isn't anything already in the cart. Actually, it's not going to work just now because I haven't created that page. So I think I'll actually just finish this just now and we'll test it out later. So now it's the time to actually test what happens if there's something in the cart already. So first thing, if the cart is not null, then what we need to do is we need to read the cart from the session and store it in the cart table. So cart table is equal to, now what I'm going to do now is, what we need to do is anything that comes out of the session is an object. We need to cast it, we need to tell it what data type it is. So I'm going to cast it as a data table. So if we do this, data table, and then within the brackets, and we called it I think I called mine cart, didn't I? Whatever, when we set up and we added it to the session just 2 minutes ago. Whatever, yeah, session cart. So this is going to basically get the object stored in the data table for the cart out of it. And first of all, what we need to do is we need to check, we're adding a product to the cart, we need to check what's in the cart already, and is it the same item? Is it the same product? Because what you might want to do is you might want to add another product. So basically say we've got one item of product ID 3 in the cart, and then we go shopping and we click another one. We basically don't want to add a new row to the table, we just want to update the quantity. It's not very likely that this is going to happen, but it is something that we need to do. So the first thing that I'm going to do is we're basically going to use a for loop to browse through all the items in our cart. So basically for int is equal to, for int I, is equal to 0, that's our counter. I is less than, not greater than, less than, cart table dot rows dot count do. Now we're going to get the product ID. So string PID is equal to, we need to convert it to a string. when we take something, I'm going to take a product ID out of our data table, it's going to return an integer. So we need to do cart table. Rows dot I. And here we need to give it the name of that field, which was in this case product ID. So we've got the product ID. Now I think I already know product ID. Okay. Now I just need to check. So FPID that we got from the data table. Is there something wrong there? That was meant to be I, not int. Int I. I'm just not finished. If the product ID is equal to forgotten a bracket somewhere and I'm not quite sure where. Product ID so then this is basically what you're doing is you're adding the same product in this case. So this product already is in the cart, exists in the cart, and we just need to update the quantity by 1. I'm just going to see where I've got that error. Oh,